Amanda Marino.
And I'm Cesar Galvez. Welcome to the Panther Report, Georgia State's weekly source for campus news.
We often step into elevators every day without giving a second thought about the safety and possibility of being in a life-threatening situation.
Usually we have a lot of confidence that elevators are safe. Well, this is far from the truth when an elevator malfunctioned and flooded in the Petite Science Center. Fortunately, no one was hurt in the elevator where the incident occurred.
However, this incident has made us wonder, what went wrong at the Petite Science Center, and how safe are the rest of our elevators on campus?
This is an important issue, and our reporter Cody Long has answers about elevator safety at our campus.
Some students are concerned about their safety, but not just when they're walking down the city streets. Now, when they step into an elevator. And these students say they've always felt safe and they've never heard of an elevator scare on campus until now.
I think it's pretty safe. I mean, nothing to worry about. I only got to go one floor, so.
No, I didn't hear anything about that.
Are you okay with it?
That doesn't sound good. I guess not.
These recent concerns stem from an elevator that malfunctioned Wednesday, February 8th in GSU's 2-year-old Petite Science Center.
Elevator number 1, I guess was going in the up direction, and the comp chain snagged the sprinkler line that is mounted in the elevator pit for fire protection. So the cable snatched it, and as the elevator was going up, it pulled the fire head out, broke the pipe.
That's what caused the flood?
That's what, well, it caused the fire pump to come on and pump out all the water into the pit. I just got a call that there was a fire in the elevator, but there was no fire. It was just the sprinkler line broke loose, and then the smell that they smelt was the old stagnated water that sits in the pipes, and it stagnated. So when that pipe broke, it let the water out, and the water was just like mildew water.
The compensating chain is a welded link chain used to compensate the weight of the hoist rope. One end of the chain attaches under the elevator, and one end is fastened to the counterweight. It was here where that compensating chain broke, causing the elevator to flood. Luckily, there was no one on the elevator at the time. Students nearby reported smelling smoke. However, Hayden says there was no smoke and no risk to anyone had they been inside when it malfunctioned.
But the odor that they were smelling was the dirty water that's inside that pipe.
And Hayden says that Georgia State University's buildings, including elevators, are inspected twice per year by the state. The first one this year being February 22nd, just 2 weeks after the incident. And they've already begun repairing the damaged parts to ensure the safety of everyone in the future.
So on this one, what we've done is we moved the sprinkler head, and we also shortened the comp chain. And that should fix the problem.
Elevators have transformed our cities and our lives, but how safe are they? Consumer Watch said last year there were 900,000 elevators in the U.S., which collectively carry 18 billion passengers each year. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics and the Consumer Product Safety Commission report that approximately 27 people die in elevator accidents each year. A much larger number, more than 10,000, are injured. Most deaths and injuries are caused by malfunctions or defects involving wiring, pulley systems, door operation, and improper maintenance procedures. Students maintain that although they're nervous something like this or worse could happen again, it's not enough to send them walking up flights of stairs to get to class. They agree with Joe Anderson that elevators are safe and the likelihood of a serious elevator accident is low.
And even if that does happen and there's any sort of an issue, I know that there are a lot of safety features in elevators that make it so that you don't have to worry about the elevator necessarily, falling. And you can also always push the help button and get emergency services. So,
Cody Long, GSTV Panther Report.
After a long day in class and working on assignments, Georgia State Live is a great outlet to relax and get caught up on some of Atlanta's most exciting musical artists.
You're right. These live music performances in the Student Center are a sure way to create a reprieve from a busy day.
Sometimes we're looking for talent in all the wrong places. Georgia State Live is the right place to connect with other students and hear fresh, new musical talent.
Let's hear more about this event from reporter Rachel Thigpen.
What's up, GSU? I'm Rachel T. for the Panther Report. Are you a GSU student who enjoys music, or what about live music? Well, if you answer yes to any of these questions, then you are in luck, because GSU is hosting another music outdoor series called the Campus Courtyard series right here on campus. Now, I know you're wondering how much and where and when and who's going to be performing, but I think I have just the right person to answer all our questions, so follow me. Hey Panthers, we're here with Miss Teresa Wyman, Student Affairs Advisor. Ms. Wyman, could you tell us a little bit about the Campus Courtyard series?
Yes, the Campus Courtyard series is a new initiative. It's been about 2 years running, and what it is, it's an opportunity for some little lunchtime and evening performances. They're either going to be student performers, so we do student performers, and then we bring in local or regional performers as well to entertain students and to give student opportunity to hear music that's a little bit maybe different than what can be expected.
So what type of genres can we expect?
Because it's a lot of times during the day, so we do a lot of acoustic, folk, jazz, classical kind of music, and then those are the main ones that we do. But if it's a student performer, then we can sometimes venture elsewhere. But we try to focus more on the classical, acoustic, folk kind of sound, since you don't hear those in other venues on campus.
Okay, so what times can we come check them out?
Yep, they are in the Courtyard Music Series stage, which is in the first floor of the Student University Center by the Burger King and the Einsteins. And basically it's from noon to 1 when the performer performs. And yeah, then we do some evening ones. Usually those are once a month, and those are from 6 to 8.
Okay, I just discovered I can sing like last night, so is it too late for me to get on the bandwagon for the series?
It is too late for the spring, but I do take applications for the fall. And then how I do it is I do student, I'll look at my applications first and book based on student space first, and then I'll seek outside if needed. So if you're interested, there's an application online, which is www.gsu.edu/student events. And then there's like a little forms side of the menu. You go to that, and there's an application that you can fill out, and then you can either email or turn it into this office, which is Suite 370. And then from there, I will hopefully get you performing in the Courtyard.
Okay, on behalf of the Panther Report, thank you, Ms. Wyman, for all your information. Okay. I'm here with freshman Olamide, political science major. Are you familiar with the Campus Courtyard series?
Yes, I am familiar with it.
Okay, do you enjoy it? Do you sit out here and listen to the music sometimes?
Yes, whenever, like yesterday, for instance, whenever I have time that I can get lunch and I just so happen to see someone, I'll listen, but I'm a busy student, so I don't really have time to stay for the whole show, but I do like the diversity of the music. There's always something for someone, so maybe if it's not my taste, then someone else will enjoy it.
Okay, what types of music do you like?
Well, I'm like pop, R&B, hip-hop, yeah, stuff like that.
Any performances that have stuck out in your mind that you like the most?
Not particular, but I'm the type of person, when I hear good music, I just like it, I connect to it. So not in particular, but if there's something that I like, I might not know what genre it is, but I know that I like the music.
Okay, thank you. I'm here with sophomore marketing major Gina. Gina, are you familiar with the Courtyard Campus series?
Yes, I am.
Okay, do you patronize? Do you go by anytime?
I usually come here just to eat during my, between classes hours. Yeah, so I come here and eat, and then they'll have performers, singing, doing covers for a lot of, songs that are popular at the moment right now.
Okay, so do you enjoy the type of music that they play?
Yeah, I do. I definitely do.
Okay, well, thank you, Gina. Well, there you have it, GSU. If you would like to come check out any of the Campus Courtyard series, the next one will be here on March the 6th. And for more information on the dates and times, log on to gsu.edu, and on the event highlights, you can see it all. Until next time, I'm Rachel Thigpen for the Panther Report.
Right when it seemed that we were getting a break and gas prices had begun to decline, we're now beginning to feel that extra strain in our pockets at the gas pumps.
Caesar, you're absolutely right. Prices are rising, and according to many predictions, we haven't seen the end of the rising cost. This, combined with the plethora of expenses that all college students face, many may have to find creative ways to cut costs.
Exactly. The question is, how will the students cope?
Great question. Reporter Tia White will help us answer this.
Is $3.52, and we could see a hike as much as $5 a gallon by the summer. What do you think about gas prices possibly reaching $5 this summer?
It scares me, especially living in a city like Atlanta where you have to drive everywhere. And, I mean, at Georgia State, a bunch of us don't live on campus, so you have to drive in.
Bigger cities like New York, Los Angeles, and here in Atlanta are among the common cities that see a bigger hike in gas prices. Atlanta's average, $3.57, just 5 cents up from the national average. How has the recent hike in gas prices affected you personally?
Go in and get some crispy, crunchy chicken today. It's cut down on traveling. I love to do road trips, so I just think about it. I end up more calculating how far I'm going and we're making a decision on the road trip and then doing it.
Using functions on the car like cruise control. Also, keeping the car in good shape. You are using a higher oil percentage. Also, combining errands all into one trip. All these things can lessen the gas mileage. Keep you away from that $5 a gallon mark. I'm Tia White with Panther Report.
Tobacco Tuesdays, does it really work? Does it really help students quit smoking, or is it just another program with no real results?
These are all important questions since March is National Nutrition Month, and Tobacco Tuesdays is one of the many great programs designed to help promote excellent health.
Amanda, I'd love to know more about Tobacco Tuesday and how this is impacting our college campus.
Well, reporter Mantoni Bird is here to shed some light on the topic.
Tobacco is the leading cause of death among individuals in the United States of America. But if it's up to Georgia State University, the death will not harm any more students, and the epidemic will come to an end.
Tanya Weigel, the tobacco treatment specialist here at Georgia State University, encourages students to come on inside if they need help kicking the habit.
Well, as part of our overall wellness program that we have for all of Georgia State employees, students, anybody in the Georgia State community, we do a tobacco cessation class, which is offered weekly throughout the year, and it's a 1-hour program based off of the American Cancer Society Fresh Start tobacco cessation program. Anybody can attend. This program is open to the Atlanta community, so we do have people who work here in the city of Atlanta come and attend our programs, so it's available to students, faculty, staff, anybody in this area that has a desire to quit smoking.
Okay, why did you guys decide to come up with such a program here at the university?
We like to offer as many options as possible when it comes to wellness for the community, and quitting smoking is the leading cancer death in America, so it's something we definitely wanted to have a focus on and have a program available to people.
On Tuesdays and Thursdays, when university students normally use the benches and walkways and even fill the library courtyard with entertainment, they hope some of the students come inside for one of the important sessions, which they call Take Action Tuesdays, or you can simply call it Quit Tobacco Tuesday.
Georgia State says that most students want to quit smoking, and with Quit Tobacco Tuesdays, the initiative set forth by the university, students will be on the path to a four-step program. I am Anthony Burke,
The Distinguished Speaker Series here at Georgia State continues in the Student Center Ballroom. The most recent speaker to join us was Grammy winner John Legend, and he joined Satara Coote in an interview for us here at the Panther Report. Let's take a look into what he had to share.
R&B artist and humanitarian John Legend has a very busy schedule.
First thing we want to say is we want to congratulate you on your engagement.
Oh, thank you.
Exciting.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Being an engaged man.
I don't know. It doesn't feel that different from being in a relationship for a long time.
From his recent engagement to his effort to end poverty, the singer-songwriter has many priorities under his belt.
You're the creator of the Show Me campaign, a
Yeah.
nonprofit organization. Can you
Yeah.
please elaborate on that and what you do for it?
Yeah, the Show Me campaign was founded in 2007, and the idea behind it was we wanted to fund and go out and bring awareness to efforts out there to fight poverty. And so we first started off working with Jeffrey Sachs in Africa to help bring development to villages in Africa. Here in the States, we have a poverty issue here too, even though we're a rich country. And so we focus here on education reform because we feel that's the best pathway out of poverty here.
During my talk with him, he explained his love for speaking to students.
I love talking to students, so whenever I get a chance, I do that as much as I can. I've been all around the country doing it, and I love engaging with students about ideas and how we can all change the world and make a difference.
A lot of artists have tried to creatively express themselves or creatively express their music, and their label or their management might say, no, let's do it this way so we can reach a bigger audience. Have you ever experienced that?
Well, no. First of all, my label, my manager, they all believe in who I am as an artist, and the reason they signed me and the reason they wanted to work with me is because of who I am. I write a lot of songs, and we all have conversations as a team as to which song would be the best first single or which song would be better for the album. And when you talk about first singles, you have to think about the commercial viability of the song, because the whole point of the song is to be an advertisement for the rest of the album. So everybody in the group wants to win. Everybody in the group wants to have a successful launch of the album. So as a team, we decide what song would help launch the album the best.
Reporting from Georgia State University, Satara Coote for the Panther Report.
Now we move on to our political news update with Macy Lister.
Well, we survived Super Tuesday, and by we, I mean everyone except Newt Gingrich, who happens to be oblivious to the fact. But that doesn't necessarily mean Santorum, Romney, or Paul are faring much better. Typically, I'd be standing here after Super Tuesday primary telling you who will go head-to-head and try to beat Obama and all the ways they'd fail. This time around, however, there is no clear winner. Okay, Romney technically did win by capturing 7 of the 11 states participating. But when you look at all the ever so fascinating statistics and data surrounding his victory, you'd see that it was more of an inevitable coincidence and no real indication of his electability. Romney won on Tuesday for the same reason an SEC team always ends up playing in and winning the BCS championship. What I'm saying here is Romney has the resources to win, and I'm not just talking money here, but he has the brains and beauty, and I mean really. That's not saying a whole lot when you look at the other options, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. The reason there isn't a clear-cut competitor for November is because Romney or somebody should have annihilated the rest of these buffoons. To continue with my football analogy, Romney is like Alabama. And Santorum is like Auburn, Gingrich is like Florida State, and Ron Paul can be Notre Dame. Alabama shouldn't lose to these teams, and although Auburn is a viable competitor, they're really no match for Alabama. What happened on Tuesday should be considered an upset, and while Alabama, I mean Romney, did win, it wasn't by a lot, and there's still a good chance Auburn could show up in the general election, or that Santorum could show up at the BCS championship, or you get the idea. The perfect example of this is Ohio. No Republican has ever won the nomination without Ohio. Romney won Ohio, and so this freaky science fact should tell us that Romney will win the nomination. But according to data collected by the Washington Post, he only won by 0.8%. And on top of it all, the people voting in Ohio were mostly white and over 65. Not exactly representative of the total electorate or even the Republican base. We can also discount Romney's win in Virginia, where it was him versus Ron Paul. And surprisingly, he won there by less than 10%. If Notre Dame was ever within 10 points of beating Alabama, I'm not sure what would happen to the world. You know, I'm really starting to think that the Mayans were right. So let's subtract 2 of Romney's victories, which would put him at 5. Santorum took 3 states, and as a surprise to many, Gingrich won here, and nowhere else. And yet he's still in the race? Well, at least according to himself. It doesn't look like 2012 will be the year for Ron Paul, but I'm sure he's got a good 4 years left in him, so maybe it'll happen in 2016, if we make it. So, while Super Tuesday was a sad day for the Romney camp, Santorum and the Democrats still have a lot to look forward to. Rick Santorum is really proving to be a force to be reckoned with among the ultra-conservative and highly motivated base. If Gingrich were to drop out, you can bet that most, if not all, of his supporters would go for Santorum. And then this would be like Alabama versus LSU, and that's a game I wouldn't put money on. Well, Panthers, the next primary takes place tomorrow in places like Guam and Kansas. Not exactly the most exciting in the world of politics, but next Tuesday's primary should be a good one, so stay tuned. Until next time, I'm Macy Lister, and now here's Morgan with your entertainment news.
Hi Panthers, I'm Morgan Mahone, and this is the entertainment news for the Panther Report. Hope you all had a great spring break, but I guess it's time to get back to the books. Womp womp womp. In case you missed it, the Academy Awards were last weekend, and besides celebrating excellence in film, the Angelina Jolie sexy leg made its way into pop culture history. There were 2 big winners of the night. The first is The Artist. The black and white comic melodrama took 5 prizes Sunday, including Best Actor for Jean Dujardin and Director for Michel Hazanavicius. Not since the World War I saga Wings, which was named Outstanding Picture at the first Oscars in 1929, has a silent film earned the top prize. Martin Scorsese's 3D film Hugo was the second big winner, taking home 5 of the golden statues in the technical categories. Octavia Spencer won Best Supporting Actress for her role as sassy housemaid Minnie in The Help. Christopher Plummer, at the age of 82, became the oldest Oscar winner in history during the ceremony, winning Best Supporting Actor for his role as an elderly widower who comes out as gay in Beginners. Meryl Streep took home the big win of the night, receiving Best Actress for her role as former British Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher in The Iron Lady. Streep has been nominated 17 times and lost 13 times in a row. This is her 3rd gold statue, the last in 1983 for Sophie's Choice. The night also had 2 big losers. The first is the beloved Boy Who Lived. The Visual Effects Prize, won by Oscar heavyweight Hugo, was the last chance for the Harry Potter franchise to win an Oscar. The final Harry Potter film, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2, was nominated for visual effects and 2 other Oscars, but lost all 3. Previous Harry Potter installments have lost on all 9 of their nominations. The second big loser is ETV personality, red carpet correspondent, and producer Ryan Seacrest. Only Sacha Baron Cohen, dressed as General Aladdin from his upcoming film, The Dictator, can manage to upstage Hollywood's most beautiful people on the Oscars red carpet. Cohen caused a big commotion in his brief appearance on the red carpet. Carrying what appeared to be an urn, Cohen accidentally poured what he called the ashes of deceased North Korean leader Kim Jong-il on Seacrest during an interview for E! Enough of the boob tube. Get off the couch and get out. Here on campus, don't miss the Courtyard series featuring jazz performer Nas. Catch her on the Courtyard stage located in the Student Center, 1st floor, next to the food court on Thursday, March the 15th from noon to 1 p.m. There's also plenty to do in the city. Rooftop Comedy and TBS are on a nationwide search for the funniest students. The National Comedy Competition pits comedy teams from 32 universities in the ultimate stand-up battle. Watch students from Georgia Tech and Morehouse go head-to-head in this live showcase. It takes place Monday, March the 12th at 7:30 p.m. at 10 Degrees South. Ticket prices are just $10. On Saturday, March the 10th at the fabulous Fox Theater, the 2012 edition of the critically acclaimed Experience Hendrix Concert Tour pays homage to the abiding genius of Jimi Hendrix. This year's tour will include performances by Buddy Guy, Dweezil Zappa, Billy Cox, Robert Randolph, Johnny Lang, Kenny Wayne Shepherd, Keb Mo, Brad Woodford from Aerosmith, Chris Slayton from Stevie Ray Vaughan, and the Double Trouble, the Slide Brothers, as well as other special guests to be announced. The latest issue of Rolling Stone calls Jimi Hendrix the greatest guitarist of all time. In terms of format, the tour offers multiple opportunities for performers and audience to witness unique collaborations among the participating artists. The Tabernacle might just be the place to be this week with a killer musical lineup. Purchase your tickets today. The Kaiser Chiefs rescheduled their tour date and will take the stage with guests Walk the Moon on Saturday, March the 10th. Jane's Addiction with Black Box Revelation will be there on Tuesday, March 13th. And for you hip-hop heads, Childish Gambino with Danny Brown touches down on Friday, March the 16th. Whatever you do this week, Panthers, have fun and stay safe. My name is Morgan Mahone, and that was your Panther Report Entertainment News. Now over to Chanel Walker with your sports.
Hey Panthers, Chanel Walker here with the Sports Beat. In basketball news, our very own Atlanta Hawks will be playing against the Sacramento Kings on Sunday in Sacramento. Be sure to tune in and support the Hawks. In other NBA news, the point guard for the Boston Celtics, Rajon Rondo, is in the middle of a trade debate. Rumor has it that there may be a swap between Rondo and Paul Gasol of the Los Angeles Lakers. While head coach of the Celtics, Doc Rivers, denies the claims, no one will really know until after the deadline on March 15th. The Georgia State male basketball season has come to a close with the team fighting to win the CAA championship. Unfortunately, they lost in the final seconds to George Mason with a final score of 59-61 and an overall record of 21-11. Meanwhile, our women's basketball season is still in progress. Go out and support our team. And remember, if you cannot attend the game, you can also tune in to WRAS 88.5 and listen to the games. Spring is here, which means two things. Allergies and the MLB season will be starting on March 28th, so be sure to tune in and watch the Atlanta Braves versus the New York Yankees at the ESPN Wide World of Sports Stadium in Kissimmee, Florida at 1 p.m. Meanwhile, our baseball season here at GSU has already begun. Be sure to attend the next game this Saturday at 2 p.m. at Kennesaw and support our team. You can also tune in to WRAS 88.5 and listen to the game. This was Chanel with your Sports Feed.
This concludes another episode of the Panther Report. As a reminder, the Panther Report can always be watched on Channel 91 in University Housing. And for those of you living off campus, you can view our live stream at gstvonline.org.
If you happen to miss anything, be sure to check out our YouTube channel, GSTV Panther Report. I'm Cesar Galvez.
And I'm Amanda Marino.
And thank you for watching the Panther Report.